Yes, sir.
Okay, what about you? Have you done this
No, sir.
registration? Why?
I will complete it by tomorrow, sir.
Srujan,
I have done it, sir, but I'm getting some errors.
whatever. Will you finish
Like,
by tomorrow?
so can you just look at it once, sir? Let me know where the error is. If you want, I can show it.
Show me. Why you put the value?
Yeah, to make a choice, if you'd like to
Huh?
continue with the next one.
It is not core Java program,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, remove that.
Sorry?
I have removed that do
Okay. Then what's the problem? You're asking some doubt, right?
let me show you.
Why you run this program? Will you run directly the servlet?
Hmm.
What about client page?
Yeah, I'm getting like that. Yeah.
Double click. Okay, remove the server.
Yes, sir.
Done one. Right
Yeah,
click,
should I
delete.
remove it?
Yes. And go to servers, left side. Right click, delete. No, no. You already done in the previous time also, right?
Yeah.
Why you are adding dynamic page?
Sorry, sorry.
Add here. Servers. Wait.
Yes,
Down. Where you deleted?
they're here.
Click on. Wait.
Okay.
Double click on the server. 8085. Change in the above. 86. Bottom change 8. Save it. Close it. Now run. Delete web.xml. Do you have web.xml? Delete that file and check whether wait, wait, don't delete.
Okay.
Cancel. What is this? Customer.html. Where did you prepare it? Where you will keep it? Inside WebINF?
Yeah.
Drag it to web content folder.
Yeah.
Run it now.
No problem.
Okay. Check in web.xml first. Okay. And try to replace this file. There is some problem in web.xml or okay. You close this from the screen and right click on the left side customer.html.
Excuse me.
Here left side customer.html. Left side. Down. Right click and run it. There show me console. There is some errors in console. Just say okay and show me console. Double click. There are some errors in console. A lot of errors are there. Go up. Go. A child container during go up. Go. Top. Come down. Down. Wait. Customer and customer are both stop browser pattern which is not permitted. There is some problem with your URL pattern and mapping. See, check web.xml. Okay. Remove web.xml and run it, and if it is working, change the web.xml clearly. Do one thing previously working web.xml, copy and paste here. Okay. Still, if it won't work, we'll see.
Okay.
Try in different way.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Today we'll discuss one more concept called session tracking, and we'll come back later to the display and all. And Srujan and Chandra Vivek, as well as this addition registration program, you just prepare one more program that you send a request with ID and get the details of that customer and print onto the screen. Okay, if you can do it, also try. Okay.
Yes, sir.
get the details, enter ID, and submit to servlet. The servlet will receive that and prepare the response and they send the details of customer. Right? If you can't, I will tell you. Okay. And see, guys, today the another topic we'll see the session tracking concept. What is session tracking? After servlet chaining, you can see the topic called session tracking. Generally, we used to divide a form page into multiple submissions. Generally, every page, if you take, will divide the multiple submissions. Okay. If you go to shopping carts, we keep on adding the elements. Okay. Then later, we'll finally book the order, right?
Yes, sir.
For example, let's take some reservation program. Okay, first what you will do, you will give source and destination and you will submit to check the availability of the trains. Understand? So one submission will be completed. Then the server will give you the list of trains available in that route on the day and you will select one train as per your convenience. Then again you will submit to book the tickets. Understand?
Yes,
And then it will ask you the passengers details, number of tickets available, requirement. Again you will submit the form and it will ask you to enter the credit card details. So enter the credit card details, again finally you will submit the form. Then it will book the tickets. Understand? This process will happen. Is it or not?
yes, sir.
Yes.
So in this case what happens, you have to perform multiple submissions. You can see in this form on my screen, I am submitting Raj, marital status is unmarried, submit. So this goes to servlet. This goes to servlet. And servlet will ask you the response. Okay, if you are unmarried or if you are married, depends on your question. If you are depends on your submission, it will get you the data. If you say married, it will ask you what is your spouse name, number of children do you have. It will ask you to detail the submission of children, family. If you are unmarried, it will ask you, okay, when do you marry and why do you marry, right? That is the details it will ask you. Depends on your submission. And you will submit the details, okay, by saying, okay, I want to marry after 1 year because to get a friend. I will submit the details. That goes to servlet 2. Understand? This is second submission happens, right? In the second submission, do you have the details of first servlet details?
No.
No, because HTTP protocols which we are using in the servlet are stateless protocols. Which protocols?
Stateless.
Stateless protocols. Stateless means what? The data of previous submissions will not be available in the current submission. That is the behavior of the HTTP protocols, stateless behavior. Understand? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So suppose if I submit Raj and unmarried in the first submission, that goes to servlet 1 and it will ask you to enter the details. Then again you will enter after 1 year and to get friend and submit. The second servlet only have the information of current details, that when do you marry, why do you marry, that only it has. But who is that person, Raj, and what is the marital status, unmarried? Does the servlet 2 has the detail?
No.
No. You can see the output of the form 1 is null, but output of the form 2 is displayed. What does it mean? So the previous details are not available in the current servlet. The previous details are not available in the current servlet. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. But the reason is HTTP protocols cannot remember the previous data. But how can you make them to remember? That is a session tracking process. Understand? Session tracking means what? You can preserve the details of current servlet so that you can reuse them in the next servlet. That is the concept of session tracking. Clear?
Yes.
By default, the data will not be available, but if you make them track the sessions, then it is possible to reuse in next session. So there are 4 different ways: HTTP session, cookie session, URL rewriting, and hidden form fields. Any one of them you can use. Let us go first to HTTP session tracking process. We can see this figure in the servlet one. What I am doing? HTTP session object I am creating. Understand? And the current servlet details I am keeping into HTTP session object. Understand? Here I am keeping both the details. And those details are available in the servlet too. Then, so then the first servlet details available in the second servlet. Is it clear?
Yes.
Right. That is session tracking. Very simple concept. HTTP session object you create in the first servlet and add all the values to the session by giving some property names. Uname, uStatus. No, every object will hold the data in the form of properties, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want to store the data in the customer object, how you will store? Customer ID, customer name, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, you can store the data in HTTP session object by giving some property names. So how will you do that? To create the session object, it is actually interface, it is not a class. We have to invoke the method called request.getSession. You know, we have statement. How you'll get the statement? Con.create statement, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Muted.
Hello?
Unmuted.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Muted. Unmuted.
Right. So HTTP session equals to request.getSession. By invoking this method, you will get the session object, guys. Like statement st equals to con.create statement. Then after getting the session object, you can add the values using the setAttribute method. SetAttribute method used to add the value to the properties. Understand? Is it clear?
Yes.
And getAttribute method which uses to retrieve the value. GetAttribute uses to retrieve the value from the session object. SetAttribute to set the value to the session object, and getAttribute to get the value from the session object. There are 3 ways. 1 and 3 are same. Okay, either use this one or this one. It will create new session. And the second one only open the existing session it's already created. Okay, it will recreate the session. Okay, if you want to create new session, better you go with the first one. You can see, guys, in this application, if you observe, I am giving the details of mobile number, okay? Mobile number, Airtel, and recharge amount. Then I am saying this is one submission is done. This is one submission is done, okay? Hello?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. After that, it is asking me to enter the credit card details. I am giving the credit card details, okay? Yes. Just a minute. Card number, some number, proceed it. See, after you enter the data, first submission is what? Amount, type, phone number, right? The second submission is card type, card number. And when you submit, first details are null here, you can see. Why? If you don't have session tracking, the previous data will not be available. But the card number is available, right? Rupees also not available. Do you see the difference? But if you maintain the sessions, properly, and you will get the data from the beginning. So this data is coming from session object. Understand the differences? See how I am doing this? I am entering the mobile number, operator, and the amount to be recharged. And it is going to first submission. Here I am receiving mobile, operator, and amount to be recharged. Done. Okay now?
Yes, sir.
After I am storing into the variable, then I am creating HTTP session object. In the HTTP session object, I am setting some time of expiry time. That's why if you wait for 20 seconds, it will not work. It will automatically destroyed. Right? We see this on our real applications also. Some bank programs will say that the login expired. Please rejoin and done. Like that, you can do that. So after creating session object, I am just setting the attributes of mobile number, operator, and amount to the session object. Understand? Done? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So after that, I'm preparing one form page. Okay, on the condition amount is greater than 10 and amount is less than 500. Hmm? That you have to ask the form to the user by enter the credit card details. So after that he will enter the credit card details and he will say proceed to recharge submit button. It will go to where? Second session. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
In the second session, do you have the details of mobile number operator? No, no. You will have only the details of card type, card number. So if you want mobile number, amount, how you will get it?
Yes.
Use the HTTP session object. HTTP session object again, recall it, and then say get attribute uMobile. While adding, how you added? Set attribute mobile number to uMobile, operator to uOperator, and while getting uMobile, uOperator, uAmount. So these properties you can get and you store into the mobile to operator to amount to, that you can use everywhere so that it will be displayed. So it's very simple project that will explain you how to add the value to the session object, how to retrieve the values in other servlet from the session object. Very simple. Understand? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Chandra? Chandra? Hello?
She went offline.
Okay. This project I will send it to all of you guys. Make sure that the previous programs and this project you just practice. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, sir.
If you have any issues, we'll sit. Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I have tried it. Yeah, I'm getting the out. I'm able to enter the values, but I cannot. The values cannot be stored into the database. What? What? There may be some error in the program. I'm not getting it.
Show me
Okay.
once again. Hello?
Sir, it got stuck. It's not working.
Got it?
No, sir, it's not working. It got stuck. I'll ask you tomorrow. I'll try it.
Okay. Try it. There is some problem in web.xml and check the
I got,
code.
I got that thing. I'm able to enter the values.
No, still there are some errors in background, you see.
This.
In console you have still errors. Invalid index column. Check that in forget it. There is a column index problem.
Okay.
There is a columns you specified index is wrong. This set string check, is it string or integer ID in the table and all.
Yeah. Sir, how do I deal with this? ID is integer in the table, but this is string. Is this right here?
Why you make it string? You change it to integer, no?
It's getting an error.
Why you will get error? You have to convert into %. Request dot get parameter. You put under integer dot %.
Okay.
Hmm? No, you put it here. Request dot get parameter. In
Yes,
my
sir.
application, session application, you will get that you watch it an integer I received. That
Yeah, okay.
phone number, okay,
Okay.
and same you put that column. At integer dot %, within the bracket request dot get parameter ID, and that you put into integer ID. That way
Okay.
you can put it. Understand? I already
Yeah.
sent that project. You watch it and do it. Okay? You are getting now?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Right. Okay. Tomorrow
Okay.
same time, 7 o'clock. If any changes, I will let you know. Okay?
Okay.
Bye guys.